if you're going to survive in this uncertain economy, you cannot compete in the price race to the bottom. I realized early on that a low price never really wins. Instead of competing on price, compete on value, and here's how to do that. In this video, I want to show you 5 ways you can instantly create value in your portrait photography business. Now let's grab a hot cup of tea and let's go. Hey, I'm Sarah Petty, and this channel is for photography business owners to learn how to build a thriving photography business and still be there for your family. You shouldn't have to pick. And I hope this is a dream of yours. And if it is, make sure to snap the subscribe button and click the bell notifications to stay on top of the best business photography content on YouTube. Now, I'm curious. I want you to comment below, what ways do you increase the value of your photography beyond the images that you create? Literally, I want you to comment the #1 way you do this below. Let's talk about 5 ways to increase value in your photography business. So first off, what does it mean to compete on value? Value's like that kind of squishy word of what even is value. Well, here's the thing. Value means that it's what people think it's worth. In other words, if it's more valuable than the money they have in their pocket, they will make an exchange for it. And if they see that thing they're wanting to purchase as the same thing everyone else does, and they think, well, I'll go with the cheaper version or I'll just do it myself, then it doesn't have more value and they're not going to pay more for it. So we want to always be creating value so we don't have to compete on price, because really price doesn't matter. And we always say in the absence of value, price is an issue. So we want more value. #2, commit to offering products, not high-res digital files. That is a price race to the bottom when you're giving more digital files than the next guy. It literally gives me a stomach ache. I bet you have a lot of competition in your market, right? I do too. We not only compete with other professional photographers, we compete with free, because everyone has a digital camera in their pocket. They have a cell phone in their pocket, and these cell phones are taking great images right now. But what's happening in my market, and likely your market too, is that everyone else is selling high-res digital images. So if I do the same thing they do, the value of the photos that I take are worth less and less and less, because I become a commodity. Instead, what I offer is beautiful printed artwork. Artwork that my clients can put on their walls, and albums that they can treasure forever, and gorgeous custom designed books. I do give my clients a low-res digital file of everything they purchase so that they can put it on social media, but that's different than what most photographers are doing, giving hundreds of retouched images away for a low price, and it doesn't serve our clients because they're sticking them in a drawer and they're not printing them. And if they do, they're printing them at Walgreens terribly. So we create value by offering something that they'll be looking at every single day for the rest of their life, something they walk in their home and they look at and they get goosebumps from, something that is decor for their home versus a little, I call it knick-knack, paddywhack, but little sit-around frames or a photo on a pillow or a bunch of social media images that will be forgotten about weeks later. Big, beautiful artwork. #3, offering high-end products. When I first started my business, I worked with a local artist, and we would together make these gorgeous handmade frames. She would custom paint them to complement the artwork that was in there, whether it was like matching a little girl's dress or a bow tie from someone in the photo or whatever it was. So I had displays all over my town with this beautiful artwork, and people would freak out and they would say, oh my gosh, I've never seen anything like this. You're so creative, you're so amazing. And they would book with me and they would come in, and most of them, probably 80% of them, would still go with the same basic frame, the same basic thing, which is fine, still super profitable. But by showing that high-end artwork in the market, it really positioned me as super creative and high-end, which did what? Created more value. How cool is that? Now we offer paintings of people's pets where we create the image, and on the computer, we actually paint it so it looks like a painting. We do composites where we might photograph your little 5-year-old with an astronaut helmet, and then we composite him and make it look like he's on the moon. I mean, that's a piece that your little boy is going to love when he's a grown man, when he's a grandpa. And I think when he's running a company someday, that's the thing he's going to have right there in his office. Or maybe it's a wedding gift to one of your children. And so those have value and they're custom artwork. Why would you invest in all of that just to have a little social media file? You wouldn't. And the thing is, even if you don't actually sell them often, you're going to offer it at a higher price, which then by comparison creates more value for everything else. If the most expensive thing you have on the menu is a Happy Meal, think about it. When you go to McDonald's, what's the most expensive thing that you're gonna buy on their menu? I don't even know. The only thing I buy there are French fries, and that's rare. But I mean, for one item, might it be $5? And then if you created a restaurant where you have things on the menu that are much higher, even if people don't order it, they're gonna see all of these things in the middle that they want, and that increases the value and the perception of everything. You don't have to be a McDonald's. Number 4, this is one of my favorites. Create value through your stories. So I have a coaching workshop called Boutique Breakthrough 2.0 where I teach photographers this, and I'm always surprised at how many still struggle with it and they want my team and I to like dig in and get their story super tight. But here's what we teach them. We call it your why story. And we want you to tell it in a way that increases the value of your artwork. Look, here's my story. I get so passionate about photography because I did not exist in photos when I was a child. I didn't exist. I had a brother who was 2 years older, and my parents were chasing him around and they didn't have phones in their pocket back then. I have a photo that one of my relatives gave me. I was probably a year old maybe, and all you see is the top of my head, and my brother is behind me. His eyes are closed. He's out of focus. And I have it framed large in my camera room of my studio because I want every client to see that nothing exists of me. And look, this is going to be the lost generation. Our kids, the young people of today, have never been more photographed than any generation before them. But they're going to be the lost generation because people are losing digital files and not printing things. Have you ever lost digital files or dropped a phone and broken it or had an old point and shoot and you forgot where that even was? Yeah, that is why I'm so passionate about what I do. And that story in itself makes me more valuable than the person out there who's promoting that you can get 50 digital files for $75 because you're only making the decision on price. With me, people are deciding to come to me because I care about them and I'm passionate that they get the perfect artwork for them. Number 5, serve throughout your process. Such a great way to add value. When I first started, I would meet people at the park, I would create a bunch of photos, and then I would have little proofs created and I'd give it to them with an order form, thinking that, oh, they're gonna order. And they would tell me, oh, sir, I love it, I'm gonna order. And they never did. And so I realized, they're telling me they want wall portraits, they're telling me they're gonna come back and order, but why are they not? And I realized that my process wasn't serving them. So I created a 5-step framework. And over the years, I would do something and it would break and I would go, what did I do wrong? I need to add a step there. And I kept adding steps to these 5 steps. Like some of them have as many as 12 things that happen in that one step. But the reality is I hold my client's hand from the very first time I talk to them on the phone all the way until the very last pickup appointment. And I know this, and you might want to write this one down. The more time my clients spend with me, the more value they will see in the process. The more time they invest, the more money they will invest. They go together. So holding their hand throughout the entire thing takes away the fear of them making a bad decision or ordering the wrong size. That's what stops most people. It's simply just the fear, and I don't know how to do it. What I do in just literally serving my clients and educating them and making sure that everything happens the way they want it to is worth so much more than me just giving them a bunch of digital files and thinking that they're gonna know how to color correct or manage exposure, even on a perfect file. So hold your clients' hands and help them get beautiful artwork on their walls, and you'll have the satisfaction of knowing that you're helping people celebrate the ones that they love. And that feels so good. The best part about it is that makes you worth more than all these other photographers out there just trying to give more for a cheaper price. You don't have to play that game anymore. These are just 5 ways you can increase the value of your portrait photography business. Because the goal is to increase the value of your business so that you never have to compete on price again. That's how you keep from having to choose business and money or family. You can have both. So if you can stand firm in the value you bring to the table, then no one can ever dictate the price you should charge. Hey, friend, if you're just getting started, or if you've been around a while and you want feedback from a super supportive group of photographers, come and join our Facebook group. It's called We Are Portrait Photographers Who Want More Income and to Put Family First. And look, it's not your normal Facebook group of bullies and it's full of amazing people and amazing content, and we do things differently there. So seriously, come check it out. And if you're wanting more help, you're stuck in your business, or maybe you're new and you don't want to make the mistakes that everyone else makes and you just don't know where to go, I have strategy coaches that I have where they schedule some time every week to work with photographers just like you to help you see, what does this even look like if I create a business that makes good money and allows me to put my family first? So I invite you to book a call with them while they have availability at joyofmarketing.com/book a call. Thank you for watching this. This is how you get better. And I hope you've subscribed to our channel. And if you haven't, right here's where you do that so you can get more content to keep growing as a photography business owner. If you loved today's video as well, click here to get more actionable steps. Great to see you here, friend, and I'll see you in the next video.